So today we're going to be doing a muffler swap and a carb swap on the Storm 150 DLX. With the stock exhaust, you can see it's smaller than my index finger. And the bike, even though the red line is 10,000 RPM, in top gear it gets to 9,000 RPM and simply can't breathe well enough to pull to the red line. So we are going to remove this and swap it out with a better flowing muffler. I've already loosened this up for video's sake. So this is loose here. One thing I like to do is I'll use a spring, another spring. They make spring puller pliers. There's 9 ways to skin a cat, but you've got this spring right here that you have to get out. Pull on that and remove this bolt, and then the silencer will come right off. So it looks like there's possibly a catalyst, or they're using some type of honeycomb. Hard to see on camera there. But this is a heavy little muffler. Quite restrictive considering inlet and outlet. This is an FMF exhaust for a TTR 125. It's a turbine core, but it's got a spark arrestor and will also flow better than this stock muffler that doesn't have a spark arrestor and won't be legal in some areas. So it's funny, this whole exhaust weighs the same as just that silencer. But we're gonna have to cut this off, since it's one piece, to make it fit onto the stock header. Once you get the FMF cut, it actually slides right into the header perfectly. Then this mount fits around the muffler. We'll tighten that down after we get our spring connected. And it looks like it'll just blow right below our blinker. So the FMF doesn't have a spring holder on it. So what we're going to do is remove this bottom bolt. Put that through the spring like so. And once you get a couple threads tightened in, then you should be able to get it over to this other one. Although I might actually have to go, that might be difficult to get to hook. Might have to go about this a different route. Alright, so we ended up getting a longer spring that we can actually fit in here. Oh, don't do that. Alright, found a longer spring from the hardware store that that'll work. Just need something to hold her in place. Alright, so to do a carburetor swap, there's going to be 2 bolts that hold the carburetor on, one right here and one matching on the opposite side of the bike. One slide, you'll have to untwist the slide. And I would wait to go all the way until you pull it back. And then you'll have a crankcase breather, a clamp on the air filter. You can remove the air filter. And the carb should come off. And side by side of the original stock carb compared to the new carb. The old carb is a Keihin clone, but as you can see, you can't even open up the float bowl. Screws are capped there. Idle mixture adjustment's capped. Literally the only adjustment on this carb is the idle. This is 3 millimeters larger and also has an accelerator pump and has an adjustable fuel air mixture, and I can change the jets in it. Much better. So with this oversized carburetor, it has a little drain and it hits right there. And so if we take just a couple millimeters of that drain hole off, we can still fit a hose on it and it'll clear that fin. All right, FMF exhaust and 30 millimeter Keihin clone with an accelerator pump. So with the bigger carb and the new exhaust, she seems to have way better throttle response. Another thing I'll add is I literally bolted this carburetor on straight out of the box. This is the first time I've ever been able to just bolt a carburetor on and not have to change jets or adjust the fuel air mixture. I didn't even adjust the idle speed. It literally worked perfect out of the box. Awesome. After all of that, the bike runs great, and now it'll actually pull all the way to redline. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you want to see something different, or if you've got some other suggestions of things you'd like to see with this bike or other bikes, let me know. Thanks for watching.